All right, welcome back to the collective. Today's reading, this is Fresh Coffee Tarot. We're going to be talking about Sagittarius and Sagittarius in marriage. Sorry, I already pulled those cards, so I'm going to stick with that because that's the vibe that I got. So before we begin to say a quick prayer, Mother of God, I ask that you keep all the collective of goodwill who come to this channel, that you open their hearts, their minds, and their souls to receive the abundance, the joy, the prosperity, the love that could be coming into their life. And I ask that you please protect them from all those who wish to give them the evil eye or wish them ill will in their life. In the most holy name of Jesus we pray, amen. Okay, so we got marriage and we have Sagittarius. My brother's a Sagittarius. I'm a little bit biased, nothing to you Sagittarians out there. But I will say one of the flaws that I can already tell that could be an issue for a Sagittarius is sometimes a Sagittarius will act as though they know everything. They'll learn something about it, get a good idea, and then they run with it. And then, but they never expand on what they learned. You know, they just act like they're the expert on it, but they only learned some of it, and then they talk as though they know everything. So I can see maybe where that may be something that's coming to mind in marriage, but we'll have to see. Let's see what our charms are. Maybe these relate to you. Okay, we have a mouth with fangs, like a dog or something. It didn't look like a dog, it looked like a vampire. Right, we can talk about energy vampires in a relationship. We have like Tinkerbell and a star, right? Maybe someone wants to be the star of their relationship. And another star. Ooh, that's interesting. 2 stars. But stars can also be hope. In tarot, star is hope. In the major arcana, a star is hope. Okay, so let me tell you how this works for me. Right now, I'm using the Citadel Tarot. Citadel Oracle. The three other charms we have is Miracle, Brave, and Faith. Yep, that's all needed in a marriage, that's for sure. You gotta be brave, you gotta hope for miracles, because sometimes you both mess up and you just need to fix it. But let's see what happens, okay? Let's see what our oracle is. These are all shuffled. They've been cleared with my crystal. What did I do with that crystal? Somebody told me that if you use this crystal, and I forgot what it was, it clears the energy on the cards. And then to clear it, I heard online, I gotta do is stick it in the moonlight. What did I just do with that card? Anyways, here we go. We have the miser, stubbornness, inflexibility. That's exactly what I said, right? You tend to think you know everything, and that comes from stubbornness. And Sagittarians can be very stubborn. Nothing to y'all, not dogging y'all, that's just a fact, okay? Geminis, right? I'm a Gemini. We're known as to be two-faced. We're known as all these things, but we each got to own our flaws. That's the shadow work, right, of our zodiac signs. So let's see what the miser says. The miser's on page 98. It says, coins change hands, deals are struck, a golden scale tilts as goods are weighed. The merchant greets everyone with a smile, proud in the knowledge that their service benefits others. They know what others have to offer, and they want in exchange, and often. They know what others have to offer, and they know what they want in exchange. The merchant knows what their customers need even before they do. You've got plenty to offer both yourself and other people, and sometimes it's beneficial to remind yourself exactly what you've got in stock. If you feel like you're being taken advantage of, raise your prices, or maybe your figurative wares would be appreciated elsewhere. Ooh, so I'm actually getting from this that maybe you're not knowing your worth in the marriage. So, you know, if that's where this is going, right? Because I was a little bit different, but if that's where this is going, we'll see, all right? But always remember, you cannot lose yourself in a marriage. Absolutely, you cannot lose yourself in a marriage. You have to maintain who you are, because if you give 100% in the marriage, and I will say this in the way of tarot, in cups, in tarot, right? It's emotion. If you pour out of your cup, at some point your cup's going to go empty. Who's pouring into your cup if you're pouring into your spouse's and no one's pouring into yours? You got an empty cup, and now you're in trouble. Remember that. And people will take and take and take. That's what we get, the energy vampire. Okay, so maybe that's what we're getting. Let's see what the cards say. First card, this is the main problem. Ooh. So this could actually be a perception problem. Okay? So the miser is saying that this is energy given off, but this could actually be a perception problem on how you perceive it. This card's been coming out a lot lately, the Five of Pentacles. Let's see what other card is up here. The Devil card. So this tells me it could be vices, but this is really, in my opinion, you self-imposing yourself here. Let's see what else we got. What's the foundation one? The Queen of Pentacles. Money is an issue. This is definitely a little bit about money. Ooh, but we have. Okay, I kind of think I already know what this is going for. And the Chariot. Okay, can you see all those? Yeah, you can. Okay, ooh, you got a little bit of glare here. I wonder if I can get that glare off. I don't think I can, so forgive me. This is a Five of Pentacles. Can you see that? Five of Pentacles. I'm so sorry you cannot see it. I'm going to have to work on that. Let me see if I can't adjust this light really fast, because I want you to be able to see all this. This is the best I'm going to be able to do. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay. Anyways, so what's happening here? Okay. What's happening here is that you have a perception issue in this marriage. I'm not saying there isn't an issue, but you are definitely thinking the worst. And it probably isn't the worst. It may be a problem, but it's not the worst. So what is that? The foundation is here. It's a financial thing, or it's a monetary thing. So the Queen of Pentacles is about nurturing manifestation. It's about nurturing things in the material world. Okay, that could be money, that could be a house, that could be a relationship, children. It's about nourishing that. Okay, and I think your goal is probably financial stability. I'm getting the sense you're probably frugal. All right, and here you are thinking the worst. So I don't necessarily know that your spouse is spending a lot of money. I don't know if you feel like you don't make enough money. You probably very well could make a lot of money. Maybe you think that you don't have a lot of money. Maybe you grew up poor, and that's nothing wrong with that. I grew up poor. And you are just worried about it. Well, let's try to understand that when we look at the foundation of this here, okay? This is the Ace of Swords. So you have ideas. You have all these thoughts in your head, and they're new beginnings, okay? They're new ideas that need to be manifested. The problem is you think about what it's going to cost, okay? You see how this works? And there's ways to get it done. You can go inside the church and ask for help. That's just theoretically speaking. So there's ways that this can be achieved, but you're like, no, I don't even want to look at those ways. In other words, like maybe you need a new car and you're like, no, I'm not doing that. Like our car's perfectly fine, right? And then your spouse is like, no, I'm tired of the car breaking down, whatever. So, or maybe you're like, no, I'm not going to replace our bed sheets. I know they got holes in them, but I like our bed sheets, whatever. That's the frugality I was talking about. And I'm really getting the sense here that you're forcing everyone to walk behind you in the cold because of your frugality. And it's affecting your marriage in a negative way. If we come back this way, we have the Chariot. Okay? You have a decision to make. Either you're going to follow this frugality, or you're going to take a step back and go to a position that really helps your family more. That's what I'm really getting from this. Because this here is really you being super frugal when there's probably excess money. And I don't want to say there's a lot of money. I don't know. You could be a millionaire for all I know. But my point is, you don't like to spend money on frivolous things. Let's see what this choice is. Let's see if that's what it is. Let me see if I can go a little bit closer. Yeah, you want some calmer waters. What is that in retaliation? What is that in retaliation? What is that in relation to? Competition. Competition from what? What are we competing about here? What is this? There's a lot of wand. Well, we have swords, pentacles, and then more swords. So this is, a lot of this is in your mind. Swords is air energy. So this is, a lot of this is in your mind. These are ideas, okay? These are ideas or situations you think that need to happen. And because you feel like you're going to calmer you feel like you need to go to calmer waters because either you're fighting with yourself or you're fighting with others. Competition, right? 5 means they're all equal. What else do we have here? Because I don't understand this. Okay. I don't know if you're shutting down. So let me give you a choice here. I said you could either stay frugal, or you can go towards trying to help your family in a little bit of comfort, right? There's the excess money. So let's say this is about you wanting to stay frugal. This is about you ignoring your family. You're telling them, no, we're just going to do this and we're going to go over here. And then that creates an argument, okay? Right? With your spouse. Maybe she feels like it's affecting the children, affecting whatever you're doing, family. But what the universe is telling you here is that you need to change. Notice these people are rising from the dead. This is the judgment card. You need to change your way of thought. You're too frugal. I'm just getting you're just way too frugal. And the interesting part is, you see this card about new ideas? Instead of taking your new ideas and going inside the church for help, you won't do it. And what you don't understand is that the Ace of Cards is about overcoming diversity. You will overcome it. Not 100%, but you're going to overcome. It's not going to be as bad as you think, and you're still going to be successful. But you've got to change the way that you think. You have to make small changes in your life, because no one can make big changes and then, bam, they stick. No, it's small changes. And you really need to work on this. Let's see what it's asking about this diversity. What's this idea that came to you? Hierophant. So you could have been thinking about divorce, because this is the marriage card, and I'm trying to tell you, y'all don't have to live in poverty. You don't have to keep fighting or whatever's going on. You can go inside and save this marriage. I really can see this. You are starting to look towards authority. You're starting to maybe think, why did I get married? What? I don't know, but I'm trying to tell you, I really, let me see. What do I got one more on here? Yeah. You need to balance out that scales. This is about the law, so you've probably looked into divorce, or your wife is looking to divorce. You can save this marriage, but you've got to stop being so freaking frugal. You have got to stop being frugal. What is this here? Let's see what this is. I'm going to put these off to the side here. I'm going to put these sideways so we know that they are clarifiers. What is this one? What is it here that you are... Yep. Okay. So... this could be infidelity, right? Maybe your frugality has led, and I don't want to say that you chose someone to cheat. Let me make this clear. When people are stressed in a marriage and they can no longer rely on the person that they've married, sometimes they seek other people. And yes, it's the worst decision they could make in their marriage. I hands down will say that. Can a marriage be saved out of infidelity? Yes, it can. But there has to be a remorse, and there has to be acceptance of all the consequences that come with that, right? And so I think this is why you are looking at divorce over here. And I think this is why you're even more frugal now, and you're more upset because this happened. But you don't understand that your constant frugality really pushed people away. Like, you don't even want to talk about it. But I'm going to do one more on this one. And then I'm going to see what your fears are. Now, and I'm going to say this because it's important to say, if it was not infidelity, then this means that other people are getting involved in your marriage. Maybe your spouse went to your in-laws and said, please help me, he won't do this. Or maybe they asked their friends to intervene, or they asked your friends, and that's pissing you off too. Because you're like, why are you doing that? I find that disrespectful, they have no part. So all I know is that this here caused heartache, and the third party got involved. It doesn't necessarily mean it's infidelity, but you chose that okay, let me correct this. The environment that was created with your frugality, you being strict with the money, this person had to make a decision to how to thrive in that environment. And in their way of surviving in that hostile environment was to go seek a third party, whether for advice or for lust. Emotional when I say lust, it's more about emotional comfort, to be honest. But I'm really getting, because of the Seven of Pentacles, that it wasn't really cheating. Like, I don't think they cheated. I really think they went to ask financial advice, and they probably wanted them to intervene. What are you afraid of? Let's see what this is. This is the big one. What are you afraid of? That they fell in love? That maybe there's more going on with this person they sought out than than meets the eye. Is that what I'm getting? And remember something, as a Sagittarian, once once you set your mind to something, it's not as bad as the Taurus, but for a Sagittarius, once they are crossed, or once they get it in their head that they know the whole situation, they're not open to new information. And that's what I started out in this reading saying. So regardless of what they tell you, that there was no sleeping around or there's nothing more serious, you already got in their mind that they're lovers. You're afraid that they're lovers. Let me do another one. Yeah, you got a decision to make. And notice how it's unbalanced. Like you don't know what to do because you feel like you feel off kilter. Let's do one more. But what you really want is a happy ending. Let me give you my advice, okay? This is your life, you do what you want. But I really get the sense that there's a chance you can recover from this. But you are going to have to change the way that you think, because you hold on to money. In some sense, you're when you're less frugal, you're telling your family that money is more important than their needs. And I'm talking needs as in like medical care, just new clothes, stability, whatever. I'm not talking your son can't or daughter can't go get a toy from the toy aisle. I'm talking like, oh, you can wear your pants from 2 years ago and your kid's like outgrown this stuff. Like you have got to quit being so frugal. Elon Musk is known for that, of being like that. I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna see what's here. Yeah. So here's the thing. You're actually in charge of your emotions, but when we talk about a king of cups, so the queen of cups uses their emotions to nurture things, right? It's like putting water in a plant and you want it to grow. But a king of cup uses their emotions to get things done. So they're almost wielded as weapons. They're almost wielded as machinery. And if you notice, no one's around the king of cups because he's on an island unto himself. You can swim to him, but you still have to get to him. You keep everyone at a distance. You might be stable emotionally, but you're wielding your emotions too sternly for people to connect with you. And what you really want, this is so funny, you're a softie at heart. You just want the perfect life. You want the perfect family. Gay, straight, whatever. You just want the dream. You just want someone to love you back, be loyal. You want the house, maybe the kids, that's what's in here, the dogs, whatever. You want a perfect marriage. If you want it, dude, you have got to quit using your emotions as a weapon. Because you're up in your head. Sword. I mean, there's not, but there's a sword picture. Sword. How many swords are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 swords in here. Right? 3 pentacles. I mean, bro, like, get out of your head and start feeling with your heart. I have 1 cup in here, I think. I think it's just 1 cup. Yeah, I have 1 cup in this whole reading, and it's this one. No, I have 4 pentacles. I have 1 cup. There's almost no emotion in this whole reading. You have got to start feeling. Quit using them as a weapon. You have got to start feeling if this is what you want. But I'm just going to tell you, if you can start feeling with your heart as with your heart as much as you do your mind, there's a good chance you can save this. But there's almost no emotion on this board. Okay, let's see if I was right. Let's draw some cards here. Number 1. Yep, giving, receiving money. Right there, that's the Queen of Pentacles. You like to control that. What's our next one? Truth, using clear logic. Yep. See? So this is the sword. This represents the swords. You are just, because the sword is meant to cut through the bullshit, and it's meant to defend yourself as a weapon. And you have got, I know that you're using your emotions like a sword. That's not what the emotions were meant to do. You're meant to use these emotions and say, oh, hey baby, that's my dog. You're meant to say, okay, I know that, like if you were a king, you would say, I understand those villagers need food, but at a risk of not having a rebellion in the country, because we're going to give them some food, we will give them some aid, right? And we will charge them like 1 shilling instead of getting it for free so people can't complain, right? So it makes the food affordable. And you've got to start thinking that way versus like, no, they don't have any money, no food, okay? And last but not least, what do we got? Let's draw from right here. Yeah. So you're very impatient when it comes to wanting results. You're very impatient when it comes to dialogue. You are very quick to be short-tempered, right? Can't wait, hurry up. You're very short-tempered, and you need to work on that because that's a reflection of, I mean, it's just a reflection of this. You get ill-tempered and you automatically just want to think the worst, dude. You've got to stop. I'm not saying a marriage takes two people or whoever's in that marriage, but understand something. If you're quick to jump the gun, your marriage is doomed to fail. You've got to be patient and wait to see what the other person does. It's just the fact. Okay? Because that's what this is explaining here. That you kept thinking, well, why do I, like, maybe I should take my stuff and go, but that's not what you really want. This is what you want. You want this marriage to work. And I can't tell you how to feel about that. Maybe this might need therapy or something. Like, that's up to y'all. But this is what you really want. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Let's see what you were displaying. Yeah. Shit. More pentacle. I got like 5 pentacles and like 5 or 6 swords and 1 cup. 2 cups. Sorry, 2 cups. I stand corrected. You have really got to start getting emotionally connected. If you don't know how to do that, go see a therapist. They'll teach you how to do it. And don't go to church, because church is going to just... Listen, I'm all about Jesus, and I am. I obviously say a prayer before this, but you've got to remember, therapy is going to show you how to love, okay? Because they're going to point out what's wrong, but you need to be willing to accept that. But you're the King of Pentacles, man. Like, you wield money, like, with an iron fist, man. I'm getting a lot of male energy, but women can be this way, too. I know we like to stereotype women that they spend a lot, but I know a lot of women. Well, I know a couple of women that are very frugal, and I just think that you need to really understand that ruling with an iron fist is causing your kingdom to fall apart. Okay, that's my advice. All right, if you liked it, please like and subscribe. I would really like to grow my channel. I'm gonna try to do a daily reading with 1 card, and then I'm going to try to just do a general reading that's non-Sagittarius. But I know that people like specific zodiac signs, so that's what I'm trying. Thank you so much for your attention, and please comment below. I do like to read the comments, and I hope this has been helpful. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.